Hey, no one wants their catalytic converter stolen, so what are you going to do? In this video, I'm going to show you a few steps that I've taken to get to protect my catalytic converter. And the only reason that I'm doing this video is because I had my catalytic converter stolen off of this truck about a year ago. So I was coming up with ways that I thought might stop a thief. The first one, which a lot of you already probably know, is take a can of fluorescent paint, spray the catalytic converter with it, and of course that may stop somebody that's just kind of a so-so thief, not a professional. The second way is I designed a bumper sticker, and the bumper sticker gives a warning about catalytic converter stuff, so I'm going to show that to you here in just a second. And then the third is to actually put another sticker on the catalytic converter on a plate, and hopefully those three things might deter a thief. Of course, if you really want to protect your catalytic converter, I've come up with a design that I built a switch around the catalytic converter that I want to show you right now, and then you can see that the switch controls the air horn in the hood of the truck. This is protected. I painted the catalytic converter with a fluorescent paint. Okay, here's some of the components that I'm going to be using to install the shock and awe system for catalytic converter theft protection. So let me get started. Okay, here's some of the parts that we're going to be using to install the catalytic converter protector system. Of course, these are toilet flanges. I bought these at Home Depot for $6 a pop. Now I've already cut this one, so I've got to cut it to where I can slide it around to the exhaust pipe. So I'm just showing you that. Here's some clips that we're going to use to attach the actual flanges to the exhaust pipe, and we'll look at the next step. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show you is these are the 3/16 fiberglass wire running kit that I got at Harbor Freight that I used around the catalytic converter there. Okay, now we're looking underneath the truck at the catalytic converter that I've designed the switch around. So let me show you the switch. Okay, so this is the right here is the ring, the toilet seat flange that I bolted onto the with the L brackets right here, and of course these connections can be all refined and done a lot better. These are some little electrical brackets that I used. Here's a spring, and this spring is made, it's given tension to the rod here. So if you were to cut this rod right here, if you were to cut it, this spring would pull this right over, and then it would turn on the air horn. So possibly, to begin with, you're going to either make the whole setup look kind of like that they're not sure what's going on, so they may leave and go somewhere else. But if they decide to cut this and we're cutting off your catalytic converter, this switch would automatically engage, setting off the air horn and possibly scaring them away or alerting you to what's going on. This other one, this other piece is the switch comes this way. So if you were to pull this down, it would set it off. So this is a switch if you cut it, this is a switch if you pull it. So there's one on each end of the exhaust pipe, so that you'll have one on each end. All this does is complete the ground. You could possibly also add a motion sensor up in here somewhere if you'd like to, and tie that into the whole system. I didn't do it on this particular video, but it's very possible, easy to do. So anyway, this is my answer to a switch to protect your catalytic converter. These fiberglass rods, of course, can be they're flexible, so they can be bent around your catalytic converter. This will work in most truck applications, probably not so much in a Honda Accord or something like that, but probably could be adapted to something like that if you had a little bit of time to figure out what you wanted to do. Okay, here's another clip from the other end of the switch. Here's the spring, and it's attached here. I had to use some washers to keep that screw all the way where I want it. These can be adjusted, so if like I said, if they cut this, it sounds the switch. Now here, if they pull this down, it switches. And I put two of the switches on here that are pull down, and one that's a cut. So anyway, hopefully this will give you and all this was done for less than $100. I mean, it was probably, I think, 80 bucks. And you know, I'm going to show you, I got this air horn at Harbor Freight. I paid $28 for it. And as I've been studying this, there's an air horn that I found, and I'm going to I'll put a link below to where you can get it. It's a really, really loud air horn, probably louder than this, quite a bit louder than this, but it's about almost $300. So if you feel like you've got enough cash and you want to add a little bit more umph to the horn. Okay, here's that other horn I was talking about that's almost $300 that I think would be really cool if you could afford it. And here's how it sounds. Or possibly add 2 air horns and get a little bit more noise. This one's a 135 dBi, which seems like it's pretty good, but could be a lot better. So, okay, here's just a quick view of the my horn setup. You can put these anywhere you want. These are the Harbor Tool freight horns that are 135 dB. Okay, I wanted to show you real quick on how to wire up your horn relay for the switch. The yellow wire comes off here and it goes to the positive side of the air horn compressor, and then the black wire that's the negative, it comes to the ground, which is here, and then you have the red and green both connected together, and they go through a 30 amp relay, 30 amp fuse, pardon, sorry about that, and they go to the positive side, and the blue wire is the negative wire that goes down to the switch that we made around the catalytic converter. So that's the wire that goes down to the catalytic converter. But also you should tie it into your toggle switch and your dash. And don't forget that I'm going to wire up this toggle switch in between the catalytic converter protection switch and the negative ground on the battery, so that if I were driving down the road and for some reason it went off, I could flip it off, or I could flip it off and then flip it on when I park the truck. But more than likely I'll just leave it on all the time and just have this switch in case it goes off and I can't turn it off, or somebody's trying to steal the catalytic converter and they cut that. The horn's just going to continue to go off until you come out and switch this toggle switch off or disconnect it from the underneath the hood. So anyway, here's a little one more point that I wanted to make sure that I included in the video. But anyway, you can get this, you can pick this up at Home Depot for $8, I think this was. So $8, your horn is 28, so 8 and 28. That's 36, and then you got your 2 toilet flanges were 10, 46. You got some wire, so you got wire probably, I think that was $6 or $7, so 46, $52. Then you got some screws and little odds and ends there that you got to pick up. So less than $100 easy to put this around your catalytic converter. Okay, and here's a tip that I wanted to share with you that may save you some time and money. And it's put a club on your vehicle every night, or when you're in any area that might be kind of suspicious, because several years ago I had my car stolen from a mall. Took me about 2 days worth of my time messing with it. You can put a club on your car for the rest of your life, and it's probably going to take you 5 seconds each time you put it on, take it off. And so, you know, maybe you'll spend 2 or 3 hours of your life putting the club on, but you'll save yourself a lot of time. If somebody steals your car, you're going to be aggravated and mad. So put a club on. Have a blessed day. Keep walking with Jesus. Thank you for watching.